Welcome to D&D Journey of the 5th edition. Join our various gaming groups as we play the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons. And maybe just hang out and chat about gaming in general. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, assigned to Ragnarok Story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and rpgpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
So you guys reconvening over by Mia?
By Mia?
Theo.
By Theo.
Mia's.
I got Mia on the brain.
Yeah, I would not be able to pass as a captain at all. I'm sorry. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to get an invite to this, unless you're allowed to bring, like, you know, a girlfriend or whatnot.
So I take that as a yes, you guys are grouping back up?
Yes.
Is my
Okay.
mic not on?
I think we should.
No, I heard Kelly,
It is.
but I did not hear David yet.
Okay.
Ah. Is he muted? On his microphone, I mean? 'Cause
I don't believe so, unless he's muted on his fancy headphones. Did we lose you, David?
if you're speaking, we don't hear you.
That's a good thing to add. I did just hear a click on his mic, though.
Yes.
I heard another click just then.
Maybe he's speaking to us in code.
Have you been kidnapped and your fancy headphones have great range? And we can hear you're clicking us for help. 2 clicks, send help. That was totally me sending out the shots fired, by the way.
Okay.
I don't have that sound effect.
Wow, that's really loud.
Did you add them, or are you paying? Because I don't have those.
Those are apparently under the Creative Flame Podcast Network's options. I have Shot Fired, Funny Laugh, and Leroy Jenkins. I'm not exactly sure how those got added, but apparently they're there. I will have to add some sound.
Maybe.
Let me text David. I think we may have lost him.
Yeah. I saw him say, or something. I thought I saw something.
Things that make you go,
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I imagined it. It still shows him in Roll20 and in Discord, but that could be a deceit.
Maybe he made his deception check. Or maybe those fancy headphones of his have finally run out of power.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's got the new ones that he's been
Yep,
testing.
he's been using those fancy headphones for months now and has not had to recharge them.
Until today.
Dun, dun, dun!
Silence brought to you by the soiree. Oh, he just dropped off Roll20.
Oh. That's a powerful headset.
It is. But he's still in Discord because he could be using Discord on his phone.
Yeah, because he was using the app, so maybe.
See, that's the super annoying thing. Oh.
No?
Boobly bloop. Bloobly bloop. Boobly boobly.
Can you tell we're talking about you?
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you
Yes.
now.
Very bizarre. I don't know what happened. For some reason, all of a sudden, you couldn't hear me. I was like, I'm talking to you.
You also dropped out of Roll20.
Well, I restarted, so I don't know what was going on. So
you were having
Anywho.
too much
Well,
fun at the party that you blended in with the three captains.
right? I don't know what happened there, but I did. I didn't know it uploaded for everybody, but I uploaded those sounds playing around.
Is that where those came from?
Oh, that's what it was.
Because I totally played with the...
Yes. Well, I did the gunshots because I needed something for when I shoot people.
I will definitely have to upload some sounds.
Yeah. All right. So, anywho, what I was trying to say before Discord just rudely interrupted me was that my plan and goal is not to attend the gala, but to have a surprise, or the midnight showing, but to have a surprise for the midnight showing, as in something's missing prior to the midnight showing. So I would like to find our way to said room, abscond with such item, and disappear.
Oh.
Because trying to take it with a bunch of captains and other people there is probably going to be much more difficult. Just saying.
As you guys find a nice quiet place to have this conversation.
Yeah. And just as a side note, my headset's still at 70%, by the way.
We were wondering.
So it has not run out. So that's 70% since I've had it for, 3 months now? 4 months?
Damn.
And have not charged it yet.
It is worth its weight in charge, you know.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So we could either wander the house to try to find something. Do I know anything about this house or anybody? Like, is it a potentially semi-standard design that we might have seen, or have a standard flow?
It's mostly custom house, and the cartographer moves around every 2 or 3 years. So you don't know the general layout of the house, even though there's little signs going up to the library, up to the sitting room, up to whatnot, in the house to let guests peruse the 3 floors. But there's nothing really familiar in that regard. Besides, it's in the really nice part of town, which means you've never been invited.
Oh, wow. Wow, just rubbed my nose right in that one. Nobody has magic to find object or nothing like that, I'm assuming. So
that's a good question. I don't know if anyone does have that kind of magic.
So I'm assuming we have a pretty good idea of the object where that would be viable spell, but probably not.
As Mia's totally been back at the base researching seeking spells.
Any other thoughts on locating? I mean, we can.
I think that was
I know.
I think that was Callus asking you guys that question.
Well, I was wondering, because I don't think, can you see if you can get, a +1, like a girlfriend, if one of them's going to bring their mistress or whatnot, because I don't think, I cannot pass as a captain.
Well, no, but again, I think trying to do it at the showing's going to be nigh impossible. I think we need to figure out where and get in there and get out.
And does Callus give them the skinny that certain guests are being invited to it and getting a few minutes to look at the map?
Mm-hmm.
So he's giving you guys the skinny that there's going to be a midnight showing of the map, and each captain's going to get some looky-loo time on it.
Which is very generous of the... Think about it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, none of them did discuss what the price is for this viewing, but yeah. 5 minutes with a map that will show you your heart's desire.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what the rumors say.
Right. Well, which would imply that at that point the map has to be on somebody. And not the ink.
That definitely does imply that someone is currently hosting said map.
And is the host anywhere about the room?
No. If he is, he might be in disguise. Callus, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Oh, sure.
I mean, you did ask the good question.
Yeah. Alright, give me a second here.
As yes, you perceive lots of people with your passive perception, no one that looks like the host. Making you wonder if he is here. He is incognito.
The hostess with the mostest. Investigation. Alright, that's not terrible, but...
You look around, you give the sus look to the left, the sus look to the right as you guys are discussing topics, and you realize that you have not seen on the first floor the host. And if you have seen him, he is in disguise. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. And I will casually point out the three captains that I was talking to. But
as you point them out, they all salute you for pointing towards them.
Yeah. Are there any locations or what that look to be heavily guarded?
Right. Yeah, are there any side doors there or anything that seem to have like a guard-like presence?
You notice most of the doors that you see at the soiree on the first floor, notice how I keep saying that, seem to be very well guarded. It looks to be the exits from the building. And they each have like 4 or 5 guards that you see kind of eyeballing the door. The easiest one people are going in and out of, you notice, was the one that Boom Howler walked out of to go with the performers, where they're allowed to take their break in the back end of the house. You know, the servants' entrance.
Yeah,
but there are people going up and down up the grand staircase.
Yeah, so guarded so nobody gets to leave? What? No.
Not so much guarded, but as people, the guards will up and down you to make sure you're not walking off with anything.
Okay. So let's move to the next floor.
I will take Talus's arm like I am, because I am in this absolutely gorgeous dress and this absolutely,
Okay.
Well, I believe it
gold.
was your outfit, or whose outfit was it? Mine's kind of based off of, I forget who had what exactly now.
No, I didn't. Yours was the spoof with
With
Let's
Mia's
see.
costume.
Mia, the hag,
Yeah.
and the.
Was supposed to give her crap, yes. I mean, was supposed to compliment her beautifully.
Exactly.
Was it her?
Mine
I
was
thought I
just
had-
like a. I'm
Thought it
like
was
sort of a golden.
Yeah, I don't see notes. Thought it was like a sea
I'm
dragon-ish.
dressed in like this.
You were
gorgeous
supposed to be the
dress.
sea dragon and the hag.
Okay. Okay. Alright. So yes, let's sally forth.
Okay, so you guys
Sally forth.
sally forth as the draw drops. No, that's merely one of the guests that is dressed as a undead pirate. Or is he actually an undead pirate from the Nightmare Empire that snuck his way onto the islands? At first glance, you're not
Tomato,
quite
tomato.
As you guys head up the stairs, the three captains give Callus one more toast as they see you with this beautiful woman under your arm going up the stairs. Now, the question is Boomhowler leading or following?
And I give them a little wink.
You're working that dirty 25, aren't you?
Right?
So, Boomhowler, are you in the front or are you in the back? Don't tell me we lost Boomhowler.
Right.
What about now?
We can hear you now.
Oh my goodness, I've been participating. But
Oh,
Oh, well, we
apparently-
haven't hurt you. So sorry.
No, I know.
too much fun.
I will lead, I think.
Okay. So, Boomhowler.
Because one thing we've been forgetting is we spend enough money that our costumes do give us advantage on social checks.
This is true.
Found that in my notes. And
Well,
I thought you had the
So I got
dragon.
more than 25 on my roll.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I will go ahead and well, I don't know where. Yeah, I'll go ahead and lead. I don't know where
Okay.
I'm going.
So
What's the worst that
basically,
could
we're
happen?
going up. When you guys get to the second floor, you see where the staircase leads up. There's a very large open area with lots of sliding doors that go to other rooms up here that each seem to have like one or two people standing at the sliding room doors. But you know, I should say, collectively with Callus's passive perception, you don't see any particular secret doors that are not letting people in and out occasionally. People are going off to the little private parties happening in the different rooms. But there's a beautiful pair of sword dancers doing their bit on the floor here. Beautiful sword dancing performance done by this duo of twin, very interesting satixes. Basically, it's from the Nightmare Kingdoms. There's the female satyrs. They're basically like Amazons. There's only female satyrs. And they're doing this beautiful, accentuated with, belly dancing garb, sword dances with these scimitars.
Um,
If someone would like to give me a I will take either performance or history check. I might be able to tell you more. As they've got a pair of violin players playing, their music for them.
Yeah, don't look at me for history.
I will give a performance check.
For history, I can. Yeah, I mean, his performance is better than mine, and for history, I'm only a 4.
I'm only a 1 at history, but I'm a 7 at performance.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, but
So apparently we have found the
not
one
tonight.
form of art that Boomhowler's really not a big fan of. He's like, yawn, sword dancers. I don't dig unicorns. I'm just saying they've got hooves instead of feet. I'm a foot troll. Just saying.
Well, that, and I don't see the point of dancing with swords. That they're for killing. They're not. I mean, you don't want to make it.
There is an art to it.
Yeah, it's a stupid art.
Wow.
And you do see a small amount of people continuing up to the 3rd floor. I will give Callus, with his passive perception of ridiculous, knows that a bit of the more predominant members of the guests are going to the 3rd floor, whereas some of the lower officers or not deckhands are on the 2nd floor. So the really elites are going all the way to the 3rd floor.
All right then. We'll have to...
Do you want to stop at the 2nd floor and check out the side parties, or head up to the 3rd floor?
Might as well head up to the business.
Agreed. If that's where the movers and shakers are, that's where we belong.
Right?
Okay. So Boomhowler kind of gives a nod to the party going on here in the sword dancers that you go, yawn. And you proceed to follow some of the other folks heading up to the 3rd floor. And as you get to the 3rd floor, you start to notice, with again Callus's ridiculous passive perception, that
it's only 18.
That guests that are going up to the very top of the 3rd floor stairwell are being basically paused with extra security, and they're pulling out some piece of paper that does not look like your invites.
Ah.
Oh.
And if someone
Well,
would
then.
give me an investigation as he points that out to you.
I think that's your turn, Theo.
Investigation? Okay, hold on.
Yeah, mine's only 1.
Me too.
Okay, and I am at least a 4.
Theo's putting that big brain to work. You're pretty sure for the 3rd floor with your mighty 11 that there seems to be a VIP invite. Now you guys are kind of standing in what's slowly looking like a line to get past the security here. There's about 3-4 couples ahead of you guys. And Theo kind of glances around, and you totally see, like, up above, there's a gentleman who's pulling it out of his coat pocket. It looks like a small strip of paper that's about 2 inches wide and about 4 inches long, folded in half, and it seems that you see multiple people have these in the line going up there. So you have a brief
We
pause.
could try and steal one of them.
I was going to say, shall we pick a pocket?
Yeah.
Somebody might be able to do that. I mean, I'm only at 9 plus 9 in sleight of hand.
Exactly. I mean, I would think that this might be something that we could arrange.
All right, then. They're both all looking at me and looking at the paper and looking at me and looking at the paper, like, with just their eyes, like.
Their eyes are doing the nudge, nudge.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say no more.
All right. And
Let's see what the
if
dice say.
Boomhowler wants to, say a
Oh.
joke and give a big
Yeah.
uproarious laugh or something to kind of distract
I would
Theo
love
or something.
Yeah.
Theo's
to give-
nudging at Callus. Callus is nudging at Boomhowler.
Like to give an advantage to the said
Yeah, I will
event.
be a distraction performance. I can
Okay.
tell a pirate party joke.
Okay, so you totally give out a pirate party joke to give him advantage. I want to see how funny that joke is, so give me a performance check. Either way, you're giving him advantage, but I just want to know if it's a bad dad joke
Oh,
or
shit.
if it's a beautiful,
It's a really damn good joke.
dirty 22 joke. As immediately the guard even chuckles at the top of the footwell, hearing the joke come up the stairwell. Everyone in the group around you is laughing and totally doing the champagne glass or the wine glass and the ring tinking. So you get this tinkling candlescence to your joke as everyone is amazed by Boomhowler's wits and wisdom.
All right then, and 16.
A
That's
16.
a good fair number.
Okay, you
Okay.
totally notice the couple just below you in the stairwell as the laughter's happening. Both the lady and the gentleman have one of these invites. You notice the couple in front of you, the pair only have one of the invites. Which one are you going to steal from with your 16? The lady and gentleman below you, or just the gentleman above you?
Well, you said one head for a pair, right? So it looks like
One
I'll
has for a
snag
pair.
that one.
The other two both have invites. From what you're seeing, they all look identical. So basically, it gives you the idea that one invite's good for multiple people.
Yeah. Well, I'll take the.
The gentleman
guess I
above,
wanna-
the gentleman below, or the lady below.
We'll do the gentleman. What the heck?
Which, the one above or below?
The one of the individuals. So hopefully the pair can get in together still, even though one's missing theirs instead of the gentleman and the lady getting booted from the line.
Aw, look at you being nice.
Well,
Yeah.
you notice the lady and gentleman below you, they both have invites. The
Right.
couple
Yeah, they
above
both
you
have
only
to
has
have
one.
one now.
Well, no, you're getting the idea that you just need one per group.
No, I get that. That's what I'm saying. I
you're
don't want
taking-
anybody to have to get
Yeah.
booted from the line.
So you're taking from
So
the
if I
gentleman
take one-
below you?
Yeah. So
Okay,
that
so his
they-
lady will have one?
we'll have one and they can still both get in
Okay.
together.
I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
He can play like, he'll just be like, oh shit, I had mine, but we got hers, so I'm with
Okay.
her.
So you've got the invites, and you quickly secretly open it and say, guests to the VIP lounge. All accompaniment accepted. Yes, you
All
guys
right.
invited to the champagne floor.
Yeah.
Clearly
drinks.
notice the 5 guards kind of plastered to the walls, look at each group's invites, and they look at your invite and the 3 of you, and they give the gesture that you're all together, and you guys give the nod,
Yep.
and they let you on up and give you back the invite. And the couple right behind the gentleman goes, I thought I had my invite a moment ago. I must have dropped it. And she just looks at him and says, you're such a fool. That's why I always try to carry everything. Here's my invite. And they follow up behind you as he's joking about how witty that troll gentleman is. So witty. I'm going to have to tell that joke tomorrow. As you guys get up
Awesome.
there,
That's the
and
royalty.
you realize on the 3rd floor, this is where the cartographer apparently keeps his precious items. As you see these first entryway up here is got trophy cases with glass coverings, bookshelves with rare books, map charts hanging almost like tapestries gingerly off the roof. Some weird depicted tapestries in the very back that show the before the ogrun invasion on the mainland from different countries. And with your passive perception, you pick out your host sitting there with his foot on a small little foot tall by half foot wide barrel, almost like Captain Morgan on the bottle, holding his glass up, telling a story to the guests that are gathered around him on the little benches and tables as he's pointing off to a map and explaining some great adventure he was on as you guys come walking up. And you totally hear some of the very older, distinguished folks in the crowd heckling him in a very polite, social fashion.
All right.
And you totally overhear the couple behind you guys with your ridiculous perception going, "Oh, darling, that's the world-famous cartographer. We must get some time to listen to his stories."
Somebody want to investigate for potential
I will.
mappage on somebody?
You ready?
Okay, so for this
No,
roll you're about to do, what exactly are you investigating for? I need specifics. Unless you roll ridiculous.
Am I just looking for the most archaic? What do you guys think? Or magic?
Yeah, probably. I mean, like maybe looking for signs of a magic type tattoo or map on either him and or somebody near him.
Yeah.
Because he might not have it on himself.
Yeah. We're gonna focus on magic. All right, you ready?
Yep.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay, so you got advantage. As Theo's looking
Are
around.
you freaking kidding me? That is just cruel and unusual punishment. Actually, I
13's a
should
good
say
number.
usual because it's not uncommon for me.
It's not like you rolled double ones again.
Again.
Yeah, no doubt.
So you're looking around at people looking for someone with what you think is the map on them, and though you see some beautiful tattoos, there's some ladies and gentlemen, and I use that loosely in this pirate island, that have beautiful tattoos that you come glancing by, and we see this like montage of Ink Master here of all different kinds of tattoos, but nothing that comes out as
tattoos?
the magic map that you're looking for. And a couple do look almost magical, as you see like one dude's totally got a Moana style tattoo that winks back at you as you're looking at it. It's a tattoo of a pirate guy with his hands on his hips, and it winks at you, and his chest, you swear the guy must have flexed because the chest did the chest bump.
Nice.
Hey, Maui. I'll do a cute little wave.
But
Blow it a
nothing,
kiss from my mask.
nothing that calls out the map that you're looking for. Is there anything else you'd like to investigate while you're up here? You see, you totally see at one point he stops at, talking and goes over to this beautiful globe that's there, and he opens the secret hand gesture with his hands and totally opens up the secret drinking section of the globe because that's what one does. And by the way, you all saw the combination to open it because he sucked with the sleight of hand. I'm assuming you all have passive perception of better than 9.
Yeah.
That would be.
Exactly 9.
Obviously,
Are you kidding?
Must have
Wow.
been drinking. That's why Boomhowler has callus, because you don't notice the details.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm oblivious.
Apparently.
Boomhowler's not what you call a detail-oriented gentleman.
I'm a big picture kind of guy. There's a reason I'm a private and not a cut purse. Or speaking of which, though, should we be looking for secret rooms, secret doorways, secret passages that might
that
be
was
hiding?
my next. Yeah, that was my next thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my next plan. Looking for doorways or what that may look like they might lead to something important.
Hey, can you look without looking, though?
Well,
I mean, as long as you don't roll a natural 1, yes.
I mean, I look without looking on a regular basis. I do better than if I'm actually looking.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, Blind Tom looks without looking all the time. But looking for
actually, my
secret
perception's
doors
3 now,
would be
so
more of an investigation, though.
yeah.
Because you're not quite spotting someone using the door. You're finding out where the secret door would be, Scooby-Doo style.
Right.
Is that Theo? Can you
go up and investigate the sconces on the wall? This one book looks different than the rest.
Well, are there any doors that look up here to somewhere that looks like there's might be an important door or a room or something?
I was looking at the books.
That would be the investigation check, which Theo knocked out with an 18.
Nice.
About damn time.
So Theo's big, beautiful brain, it's because she's breathing all this non-gas mask air. She's getting extra oxygen that's normally restricted with the gas mask. And less chemicals that she puts in the gas mask.
No, it's a golden gas mask, remember?
But you can actually breathe through this party style. So with that beautiful 18, she immediately notices that in this room there is a pair of doors to the north that are definitely hidden doors behind bookshelves. But she can totally spot that, hey, the size of this building, though this is not the only room here, but it looks like the only room up on the 3rd floor. And a secret bookshelf door to the east and the west. And of course the south side is the stairwell. So in fact, there are 4 secret bookshelf doors because, yes, of course you want to do that. The biggest space, for a fact, is going to the north where the 2 doors are. And with that 18, you're pretty sure you've worked out how the secret doors open. You totally notice that on each of the shelves there's a book that's different than the others. Though it might be hard to open the bookshelf without someone noticing, because you're, in a party. Unless someone could just make a distraction.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I could provide a distraction while you 2 sneak in and kidnap a map.
Yeah, but that still might be... Yeah.
I can be...
So, Theo,
I
do
mean,
you
it's
point out to the
not
guys these
impossible,
4
but
secret doors?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So the party's in full swing. Some more beverages come up the stairwell through the little secret dumbwaiter that's actually there. A small little bookshelf opens up for a little dumbwaiter, which also is just big enough that a small-sized medium person could go down. Boomhowler, you would have some great difficulty shoving yourself in that dumbwaiter.
I was going to say that would not be me.
But you could try.
I mean, it would be a distraction.
Look, Boomhowler also does contortion and escapism.
I mean, I'm happy to provide the distraction. That, unless you have another idea.
I mean, it's not going to be easy to. I mean, there's a lot of people around, so we can't just like.
I mean, with a proper distraction, you could try a stealth roll to sneak in there.
yeah. I mean, I might be able to do that.
Yeah.
You might know
you
a
might not
sneaky
need the
person or
distraction
two.
if that.
Well, I mean, the distraction still helps, but
Yeah.
See, distraction
just
will
help
let
obscure.
him do a stealth roll. Without the distraction, everyone will stop and look as the creaky door opens up and you're there smiling at them, going, hi.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, with that, definitely pretty good chance at a +11 for stealth.
So the question is, what's the distraction and which of the 4 doors are you going to try first?
Well, the most likely would be the
one of the 2 northern
bookcase
doors.
one, right?
Well, all of them are bookcase secret doors.
Uh,
The 2 doors to the north would have the biggest rooms behind them.
well, if he's having a soiree, he probably wants the bigger room then to fit the people in. So
As
I guess we'll try that one.
You hear the microphone get chewed on by a cat. As someone is saying, you haven't fed me breakfast yet.
So I think.
Therefore, I am.
No, I thought I had cut Jim off, so I was politely waiting.
No, you're good.
I think the distraction is going to be I am going to go up to the host of the party, and as a gesture of gratitude, thank you for throwing such a wonderful party. Allow me to sing you this song I composed just for you for this event, and I would like to improvise a song in praise of him and this party that he threw.
And since you are gesturing it specifically towards him and his party, I will give you advantage with your performance. As well as that one gentleman that goes, oh, it's that funny troll, my gentleman. He's going to do something else. It's probably going to be amazing.
It is going to be amazing. Thank goodness for advantage.
So with advantage, that's a dirty 22. As you start singing this beautiful song of the map maker, is it going anything along the lines of map maker, make me a map maker, make me a
exactly.
Map, find me a find, catch me a catch.
As you two hear Boomhowler going on with this song, is people all have this little jaunty, and even the, musicians that are super tucked away at the sides of the party start picking up Boomhowler's tune and kind of totally drop in the accompanying music. You totally notice that Blind Tom is back up here. He don't
It's
see you,
getting-
but he hears your song, and he's following in suit. So his boom howler is providing a beautiful distraction as everyone is looking at Boom Howler and his special gift to his hosts. Who's going to use the secret door that Theo found and stealth into theirs quietly? And which one of the two northern doors are you guys going, the left or the right? As I've paused you on that question.
I was muted. I will let the lady decide left or right as we head that way.
Left. Let's do left.
All
Or
right.
the lefty would go right.
Sinister.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
So go ahead and give me your stealth roll. And I'm
That
assuming
ain't good.
Theo is assisting, right?
Yes.
I thought we had the distraction only allowed.
Yeah. So a dirty 29.
Is that good?
Stealth go off. I don't know because it was so stealthy. Nobody saw the bookcase open or close, but the two of you magically teleported. Theo was unaware of how stealthy you pulled her into the room as she turns to look, and you just yoink pull her in secretly behind. And there's this dark, dark room with just a single glow coming from up ahead. As you realize that there is someone in the room with you around a bookcase that's in front of you. Basically, you come in and there's like 4 feet of space, and then there's a bookshelf, but it's one of those through and through bookshelves where there's no back wall in it, and there's more books on the other side of the shelf, and there's someone in the other side of the room that Callus's keen perception hears breathing and gasping at something, as if someone read
Gasping?
something that excited them or scared them.
Oh, not like in distress.
Not quite in distress, but more like reading some good smutty fan fiction, probably.
Oh my god. All right, I'll motion for her to stay right there. And I will creep up and peek around the corner.
Now, are you going to peek around the corner of the bookshelf, or are you going to move some books and peek through the bookshelf?
Sure, let's peek through. What the heck?
Okay. Callus goes up there, slowly spreads the books apart, and give me, or are you going to go with your passive perception?
I mean, why not? Passive.
You bastard. As you use your passive perception of 17, clearly you pick up the fact that someone has a single candlestick that's got 3 different candles on it, burning nice and oddly brighter than they should, but still softly as candles do. And you see this beautiful woman sitting on a little, one of those pretty little couch chairs that Kelly's going to tell you what its name is.
La settee.
A settee, yes.
Ah,
And you look.
one of those, of course.
You look and
No.
see her beautiful red
Right,
hair from
Yeah.
with her back is to you. She's reading something, and you see this beautiful thick red hair cascading past her in waves. As her face is turned away from you, you see some bumps that it takes you a second to realize are a pair of large protruding horns. We're talking like ram horns. But her hair is so well done that it kind of blends in with the silhouette of the horns. As you look across the hair, and it covers completely her back in what can only be a very sheer, very open-backed negligee-ish dress. It looks like if the fabric wasn't see-through, that it would totally be a very nice Grecian-looking dress. But in fact, the fabric, even in this candlelight, is practically see-through with your passive, keen, elven eyes. As you see all the features of her lower back and butt and legs, and then her very, very hairy legs that end in hooves. As she has, of course, from the calf down, very thick, curly, almost, groomed goat-like length hair in her hooves. But she is a
Sexy, not
very
normally into
attractive
goats, but
woman. Yes, it totally looks like a cover from a Conan movie. And you notice that around her ankle, even though she has beautifully curly hair that's obviously been preened to be this curly, there seems to be a silver chain that looks to be about as thick as your finger, wrapped around one of her ankles, and it goes off, and you see loops and loops and loops, and then it is basically bolted to an eyelet that's bolted into the floor. It's the prettiest ankle chain ever.
Just being there.
and probably highly freaking magical.
And with your dirty 17, you bastard, you
18.
totally... Sorry, 18.
Don't cheat me.
You see this moment when she sighs while she's reading this book and flicks her head just so subtly that her red waves of hair move in a way that can only be seen as alluring. As, you know, you kind of blush. And as the hair moves, you see on her back is a very large, very beautiful, detailed map of some place you've never seen before.
Of course he's going to make it difficult.
And do me a favor.
course.
Give me a wisdom save.
Uh-oh. You sure wisdom?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, better than I thought.
As Callus blushes, the deepest red, we've never seen him blush before with this beautiful, practically naked woman there that is just dripping. We've got the total Aphrodite scene here, except she's, you know, a goat girl. Which, even if you're not into that, looking at this, you might be into that. Somewhere.
It's not my thing.
Somewhere an animated monster girl bard just became a man.
So she's obviously a prisoner. She's got the map.
And you see that very odd chain around her ankle, which you're just like, why doesn't she just take the chain off? It's just a teeny tiny necklace style chain. It can't be anything complicated. And you also picked up there's drawing easels all over this room and blank parchments and slightly filled in parchments, as there's various maps in various stages of completion. And with an 18, I will give you, there is a beautifully detailed map of the Five Fingers there. It's like a 3-foot by 5-foot map on the wall. And there's also a map that has the Nightmare Kingdom mapped out, which is the very bad place to the south.
Yeah.
That anyone who either wants to invade or pilot a ship would probably pay a real pretty penny, since most of their maps are kept secret amongst their black fleet.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, evil are evil. They don't share their maps.
I kind of step back and kind of slide Theo's face in front of the spot.
We see Callus's head move and Theo's head get grabbed and slid into place with a cool gas mask on.
Lightly. Gently.
Gently. I see how it is.
And that's a great place to wrap it up there.
Thank you for listening to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition, a member of the Creative Play and Podcast Network. please follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/CPPN to never miss a show or stream.